Hello, everybody. Welcome to Body, Mind, and Soul, where your whole health matters. Nice to see you. Here, Darcy and I bring you topics surrounding your whole health. But I am also an ambassador for Theraexpressions Meditation in Casper, Wyoming, where their too mental health matters. Darcy, beautiful Darcy, my co-host. Hello.
Hello.
You and myself, Jemima, we bring you topics each week surrounding things around health. We used to just focus on mental health, but now open it up to physical health and spiritual health. So it opens up a whole new world, and we can have lots of different guests and things. But we're still going to be on a little bit of mental health binge right now, because I mean, hey, it's me.
You know what?
So,
like if you're having physical health, it's going to affect your mental health. Your mental health is going to affect your physical health.
Yep.
And then, of course, just your spiritual health is all inside of that. So there's
Very
no
true.
separating.
Very true. That's the one of the reasons I changed it, because the whole health does matter. Like just because one affects the other, once all those three connect, magic happens. That's what I say to my Pilates students. When you connect the mind, body, spirit in that particular movement, and you can feel your body, the connection, and you just think, wow. So it's the power of all three. Anyway, don't forget, by the way, I'm in a bit of a freaky mood today. Sorry, guys. I just had an experience with level 2 assisting with breathwork, clarity breathwork, and it started my energy like, whoo. But there is a disclaimer down below, don't forget. And also, more importantly, there is a 988 number for anyone who has a mental health issue. You or yourself need help.
Right.
You're never alone. That's so important. You're just never alone. By the way, there's also international numbers down there as well, Australian and European. Hello, Das. Good to see you, my love.
Nice to see you, Jemima.
Spring is springing. It's beautiful,
isn't it? It's springing. Yeah.
It's been a long, hard winter, I think. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we're still going to have maybe another week or two of it, and then we'll see what happens.
For you,
for us anyway. In California, it's kind of like this. Yeah. Well, no, and then the East Coast is getting their comeuppance right now. They're getting their thing because the Midwest got enough of it. And I don't know. So we'll see.
It's great. You can't predict anything these days with Mother Nature. God bless her. Shouldn't be able to. Anyway, let's move on to our topic. It's quite a loaded topic, but we'll try and keep it short and sweet. About keeping your faith within yourself, with what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Okay.
And when you feel fragile, how losing the faith, you tend to look to other people for recognition or acceptance or that boost of confidence. Validation, that V word, yes. And it is not the right way to look to keep the faith, because you're the only one who holds that strength and ability to believe in yourself. No one else no one else needs to do that for you. Like, it's not their right. You know what I mean? Like, it's nice, but you cannot expect that from anybody else. It's got to come within. I had a bit of a crisis losing the faith when my love said, you're losing your faith in yourself, Jemima. I really had to stop and go, like, what the, oh my God. Yeah, I was starting to reach for but they didn't do that. And outside, but thinking I've lost why I'm doing what I'm doing, the importance of what I'm doing, I don't want public recognition, really, honestly. I mean, it'd be nice, but that's not the reason I'm doing it. I'm doing it so I can help people, hopefully heal people. If it's one person, a stranger, or even if I don't know, that's not the point. The point is that this is what my mission in life is, to help people who have mental health issues, suicide attempts, and now I have tools of healing to bring to excite people in their healing. And it's not about recognition in terms of how many likes I get or what the feedback, and losing or the success, how fast my success is coming. You know what I mean? Or and so what do you judge success by anyway? That's why I have to stop and go, I don't want to judge it by financial. I don't want to judge it by how many people come to me. It's just a matter of, anyway, that I'm at the point where I'm like, and I sort of had to stop. And that really shocked me that he saw that. And I was like, oh yeah, I guess I am. And that really reinforced to me how it comes from within. And we have to remind ourselves why we are doing what we're doing, and what provoked us to start what we're doing, whatever it may be, and the belief we have behind it, like the truth. And you can always change it. If you end up going, oh, that's bullshit, you can change it. There's no problem. But you've got to keep the faith in what you are doing and what you believe in. Like, stand strong in your conviction about what you are trying to do. Loaded topic. But Darcy, what's your thought on that? I mean,
that's a huge topic. And I think I think everybody struggles with that at some point or another, whether you're an artist or a spiritual seeker or worker, or, I mean, that dark night of the soul, questioning what we're doing and why we're doing it, and is this the right path? And and looking outside of ourselves is also a very typical thing to do, because we all want validation, and every human being on the planet wants to be seen and heard. We want to be seen and heard. We want to be recognized for our efforts. We want to at least have somebody say, you're talented at something somewhere, it doesn't matter, making muffins, I don't care, making something, working with your cat, you want someone to recognize your big heart and your ability to be compassionate. We want to be seen and heard. And so looking outside of yourself as you lose, and that's why isolation is really hard. When you are alone, when you're away from community, when you don't have a strong community, it's also very difficult, because you're not getting that feedback that we just naturally needed. The feedback of, am I doing the right thing? Am I on the right path? I think so, but I need to hear from someone other than the tree, I do.
But the trees are nice. The trees are always so
really like me.
Right? They always say I'm awesome, come on. Like, why would you go anywhere else?
Right? Keep those peanuts coming. But so I think that it's a natural thing to happen. And I think questioning yourself is actually good on a certain level.
Okay.
Because it reminds you to keep your goals in focus, your values in focus, why you're doing what you're doing. Is this actually, benefiting the world and you, or are you benefiting everybody else but you? So questioning is not a bad thing. It's just, if you allow yourself to get maudlin with it. And if you are isolating, if you are spending too much time alone without a community, then that's something to really consider, because with that, not having a community makes it really hard. Makes it really hard to stay on path, I think. Really hard, unless you're a writer. Then you
then you can look yourself away. That's why I like to try to be a writer sometimes. Anyway, but what you were saying about the questioning, that was really interesting, because when Chris, my lover said, when he said, that you're losing your faith, I had to sort of stop and question what am I doing this for, and then it really was great, because I did stop. I got to sort of talk to a few people about it, and they sort of said, well, why don't you, are you scheduling the things correctly for yourself, or are you just doing just for the sake of it? I had to sort of stop and go, why should this be exhausting me? This shouldn't be like, oh, I have to do this. Not at all. This is because I want to. Because I had to rediscover. And I thought what I think the energy was coming off was like a desperate energy, rather than my true, it changed into desperate energy, because I started going, hang on, I'm not getting in, there's no success, and I don't know, and no one's called me, and but it's a process. And I think it really made me stop and just sort of go, oh, hang on, it's not about this. It's not about that at all. Stop, Jemima, and get that faith back in, going, I know this is what I'm meant to be doing. I feel it. I know, I can sense it. Maybe it's not happening as fast as I wish, but I'm also just newly in my warrior healer position, like just new. So why would it happen like that? And I've got to remind myself, because I'm ready to give back. Yay! It's like, oh, hang on. It's just, the world may just be saying, but okay, slow down a little, chica. And learn. This is part of the learning curve too, of being humble with this gift of recovery, and to really align myself in the security within, rather than the insecurity that makes me seek from without. And then I think it's all going to eventually flow in the right way. And even after that sort of happened, I found myself relaxed, and everything sort of flowed a lot more easy. And I enjoyed doing what I was doing. I enjoyed creating the little posters I was doing, and just shifted. So it's very important that we look within. I mean, do we say this in most topics? I know, but isn't that true? Doesn't it come back to really giving yourself the faith, finding that faith within?
Yeah, I have a statement I give myself a lot, if I can find it.
It's funny, you always have statements where you look somewhere else.
I know. Well, I have my board there. I have my board over there.
Awesome.
I have these different things.
It's awesome.
I'm just looking for it. You know, there's this saying that said all decisions need to come from inspiration and enthusiasm rather than desperation and fear.
Oh.
And I think that that's also true of all work and things that we choose to do in life needs to come from inspiration and enthusiasm rather than desperation and fear.
Yeah.
You know, whether you're going to start a new career or reach out to a community or wanting to be a part of something, it should be coming from inspiration and enthusiasm. Because if you're reaching out from desperation and fear to work with the community, you might be connecting with the wrong people, you know, that kind of thing. Not to say if you're in a desperate situation where you are suicidal, then just freaking reach out to whoever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm not talking about those moments of crisis, but I am talking about when you're really questioning your work, your life's purpose, you know, go connect up with other groups of people and you get back what you put out. So putting out with other people, listening to what they're saying, hearing other voices, getting new perspectives, getting new techniques, adding it to your bag of tricks. You know, as a hypnotherapist, I do all sorts of different things for people. I teach meditation. I pull tarot cards for some people. I used to do hands-on healing when I had my office space, but so connecting with a group really helps you stay focused on your work, unless, you know, you let the group become too much. So you got to really, everything requires balance, right?
Balance, the word, yeah.
Well,
I mean, gosh, there's so much we could go on about this, but why don't we just leave it there? Because I think that was a really good way to end it. Keep the faith. Like, keep the faith within you. Like, know that you are worthy. Like, if you choose to do so, and you can change it. Like, you don't have to stay with it. Don't think that, I made this decision to do this, and you start to go, yeah, oh my God, then you feel like a failure. No, you're not a failure. That's awesome if you change it. You're doing the thing that's best for you. And if people around you go, oh my God, that's okay, they'll get over it. They'll get over it. It's not gonna damage the way they live their life. So never feel you're responsible either for other people. Like, just
not
come
responsible,
from your
and you can change direction at any time. You
totally. That's so exciting.
Yeah,
that's so exciting. You can change direction at any time. Like, you have the choice to, and we forget that. We forget. We go, oh my God, I'm stuck here. Like, no, you're not really. Like,
well, you know, I think it's also because a lot of times people hear that thing like, you got to commit to it, you got to stick with it, you got to commit and stick with it, you got to. And I think but you don't have to beat a dead horse. You know, if it's not happening, it's not happening. You know, I remember having students in Los Angeles who, you know, were studying acting, and yet they never, ever went on an audition. And I'm like, you can keep taking classes all you like, but if you don't go on an audition eventually, what is the point? You know, what are you doing there? What, you know, so either meet it head on, or, you know, walk away and find your next stage of inspiration. Go to something.
And what an experience you had doing that in the moment. Like, it's all an experience. That's what we're here for life. Experience as much as we can. Go through it as much as we can.
And all those acting classes were great. They made him a much, you know, more sensitive human being, a much, you know, more aware human being, a better listener. All those wonderful skills that you get from an acting class was none of that was wasted. You know, it was all great. But if they were never going to actually use it for that, well, then use it for something else. You've got some great skills now. You know, it doesn't have to be this way. Nothing has to be this way. If you're forcing it, it's not. It's got to flow. It's got to flow. And you can tell if you're in the flow, but also, and this is true for artists, you can be in the flow. Sometimes you hit plateaus where you just got to stop. And when you hit that plateau in your development, allow yourself to stop and say, you know, I'm just going to rest and digest. I'm going to just not worry about taking another class for a couple of months. I'm going to go to the museum. I'm going to plant a garden. I'm going to go visit friends. I'm going to.
That was a lot of advice given to me recently, was like, why don't you just stop for a week or so? And actually doing this 30-day thing. So I will after my 30-day thing, I'm going to stop for like a week or two. I don't know it yet, but it was interesting. You know, I thought, yeah, I've got like, it doesn't have, because that was the desperation. I have to do this. I've got to make sure. The only thing I will commit to is my mental health thing every day. But I love doing that. But this whole thing with my new career coming up, it's like, I felt this, and that was the desperate energy. It's not going to work for me. No one's going to like the energy that I'm putting out. Like, of course, I'm not attracting people, you know. So it was kind of, and then when I thought, okay, the 30-day thing. I thought, okay, I've got to stop and think. I've got to change the way I'm doing this now, because it started off kind of desperate, and now I've got to go, I know this is, I love this, and then I'll have a break in about a week, in another 3 weeks, and have a time out, and it's changed the whole perspective of it, and it recharges and refreshed everything, and then I got to come back from a place of inspiration and what was that? Inspiration and
enthusiasm.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, perfect. It felt so much better. I feel so much better about it all.
You have to allow the process time. And I used to tell that to actors as well, you know, artists, painters, everybody. You know, you learn a new technique and you roll with it and you roll with it and roll with it. And then all of a sudden, you know, it's like, you just got to stop for a moment and just let it be there, so that you can have that process time, so that it can come from a deeper place or from a whole new perspective. And then you are off and running again on something else, but it has to flow. There also has to be that stop time, the rest and digest, the moment of peace, in order for it to all kind of come together like the beautiful birthday cake that it is. Right? Stop mixing. Don't overmix that. Don't overmix that, you know.
I'll just eat the batter, actually. I'll eat it too soon. No, anyway, stop and digest. Thank you, Das. Fantastic. Card time, please.
Card time. We have the Angel Tarot card book today, by Rodley Valentine.
Beautiful.
And so 2 cards came out for you today, and I said, well, we're just going to go with what's going on with Jemima. So we have the 6 of Earth.
Beautiful.
Yeah, very pretty. 6 of Earth. And this is about gifts of money, time, or effort, new career opportunities, receiving a loan, or paying off debts. Let's hear what that's about. And then it was also, you got the 10 of Air.
Beautiful.
And that was the end of a difficult situation, embracing the change, expecting things to get better now, and recovering from an addiction.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
Right?
I cannot stress to you guys, if you follow us, isn't it amazing how these cards are in tune with Darcy and I, or particularly Darcy? Darcy's holding them. But what the hell? Even with our guests, like, they just pop out as the perfect one. I love it.
Every time. I do too.
It's beautiful. It's such a gift.
It is so neat. It's so neat. So I'm looking at, excuse me. I have a little cold, so excuse me.
I'm sorry. Thank you for showing up, Das. You're amazing. Bless you.
And it always affects my voice. Okay. 6 of Earth. Here we are. Very beautiful card.
Green.
Mr. Valentine, these are beautiful. Bradley Valentine. Okay. It says, abundance is on the way. The universe loves a grateful heart and rewards gratitude with more abundance. You may be the recipient of this bounty, or you may be the giver. Gifts may be monetary or take some other form, such as an opportunity, advice, and so forth. Gifts are gifts. New career opportunities present themselves, involving those who can be relied upon to be fair and responsible. Promotions, bonuses, and financial rewards are all possible at this time. Additional meanings are profit sharing, receiving a loan, paying off debts, celebrating a job well done.
Beautiful.
Celebrating a job well done. That's a really important gift, because you're talking about not losing faith. You know, it's always important to look back and say, be proud of your journey.
Yeah, so true, isn't it? Yeah.
No
matter what, the up and down, the in, the out, the ugly, the beautiful, the whole thing. Yeah, but just be proud of where you are, how you got here. Yeah.
How you got there. Be proud of your journey, because that was your journey, nobody else's. Yeah. And then the 10 of Air is more positive stuff for you.
Oh, help. Oh, what do we do with it? Oh, no.
No. 10 of Air. Another beautiful card by Rodney Valentine. And so it says, this situation has ended. Fortunately, endings are always followed by new beginnings. You may feel sadness over what transpired, mixed with welcome relief. It's time to walk away and embrace the dawning of a new day. Expect your circumstances to improve. It may be time to change your career. Perhaps you completed a long-term project or have decided to pursue other employment. Don't put limits on what wonderful things the universe can bestow. Cast your net wide, 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 and see that fantastic opportunities you might catch.
Nice.
Your additional meanings are nowhere to go but up. Recovering.
No, can you repeat that? Can you repeat that one?
Nowhere to go but up.
But up. Okay.
Recovery from an addiction. A melodramatic reaction. Right? So make sure you check your melodramatic reactions at the door.
Well, yeah, I think that's what I was doing. Like I was like having a little child's tantrum going, wee, what about me? You know, and then when he said you're losing the faith, I was like, oh, what, I'm not. And it was really like, it did shock me because I didn't think I would lose my faith. No, never. And here I am going, like, just fooling myself. And I was like, oh, I got to reassess this whole thing. Like, why?
And that's why it's so important to be in community, because community, like family, busts you on that kind of behavior. It really does. It keeps you in check.
Love too.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Awesome. I feel even better now. Thank you.
I'm glad to hear that.
You're amazing. Thank you once again for showing up, especially when you're not feeling so good. You always do. What a trooper you are.
Not a
problem. I don't pay this woman. One day I will, but I don't pay her. Like, isn't she awesome? Isn't she freaking awesome?
It's not about that. It's really about taking this opportunity, right? Taking this opportunity to just chat for the week and, you know, to find out where we're at with what we're doing. And
hopefully also in the meantime inspire or enlighten or help someone out there. You know, we have some conversations. We've got some good information there to give. And you know, anyway,
yeah, so anybody who's watching it, like
subscribe. Body, mind, and soul now, where your whole health matters. It's genius. We love you guys. We love you even more, Darcy. Thank you. Peace out. Take care. I'm gonna find stop now. Bye.